Hey guys, it's Gaz Montana here, the original demo disc player before they decided to give it an abbreviation when it was just called what it was called. I hope everyone's doing it right and everything. This video right here is a little look at the new content that was added into the game today. And we've got 3 new listings missions, that's what they're called. New listings missions, that's what they're called, like they're contact missions. And what they're going to do is, if you complete all 3 of them, you're going to get a discount on the mansions that are coming. Now, the mansions are coming, they're not here yet, they're going to be here on the 8th of the month of December, whenever the new DLC drops. Can't remember the exact date, but it's one of those days, it's on a Tuesday, when we will be able to buy these mansions. Now, Rockstar has added into the game today some construction site in 2 different locations where we're going to be able to purchase mansions. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's why they've added the construction site into the game in these areas, because they're going to be making new mansions that we can buy. I don't think we're going to be able to be buying any of the old mansions that are in the game, that have been in the game since 2013. And quite frankly, why do people even want to be buying the old mansions that have been in the game since 2013? We are now in 2025, and they're talking about building new buildings, and you want a building that is modern in 2013, and in 2025 it is not modern. And it looks like that's what we're going to be getting with this update, because they've added a construction site in the 2 different locations. The 2 different locations that they've added construction site into is, one of them is next to Martin Madraxo's son's house. You know, when you complete the Cayo Perico house, you end up outside of that house because the guy that paid you, right next to his house, you've got a construction site going on. So it's quite ironic that, you know, we've robbed the Cayo Perico heist, so many times that we end up living in a mansion next door to the guy that has been paying us. But that's one of the locations. And if you look at the construction site little area, and then look at the mansion next door, Martin Madraxo's son's house, you can kind of like get an idea of what they could do. Okay, look at the garden, look at the walls, look at the little stairway at the back, even a little extra external buildings and stuff. They could do a lot. Okay, so this could be a massive area. In fact, it might even be more than one mansion just in this area, because who knows, it might not be as big as Martin Madraxo's son's house. It might be half the size, so they could fit like 2 in there. Who knows, they could even go on the other side of the road. You just don't even know. Now, going over to the next location. Now, it's all the way over there in the Diamond Casino, next to the big stage area. That's going to be sort of your view at the back, looking over that. I'm not really sure I like that, because that never fills up with people. If it filled up with people, it would have been pretty cool, actually. But it's always empty, so it's just not really a great sort of view area. But this construction sort of area here, where they put all the construction equipment, is way bigger than the other area. So I can see this area having definitely more than one mansion in this area. It seems like if you want the mansion to be really big in that other area, maybe one is just going to fit there. And this one, you could fit 2 really big ones. And like I say, who knows, they might even do the other side of the road. I don't know, kind of doubt it they will, but it is possible. And what it is, guys, they had the construction site outside of the Diamond Casino House before it was actually called the Diamond Casino House. It was just called Casino, or so, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but I just remember always seeing the word casino and nothing else. So they added like a couple of cones outside, and then I think they added some more later on, like a couple of weeks later, and then they added the actual update where it changed into the Diamond Casino. So we know for a fact that this is going to be the locations of where these new build mansions are going to be, and I highly doubt we're going to be able to buy mansions that are already in the game, which is fine, because this is a massive opportunity to do something really, really cool and change the landscape of the game, and hopefully we can see these mansions from a long distance away. So I'm quite excited for this update. And guys, these 3 new listing missions that they've added into the game, the second one, you actually have to deliver some construction site material to one of the construction sites where we assume they're going to be building these new mansions. Now, I can't see these contact missions staying in the game once they drop the mansions in a couple of weeks' time, because that would mean when you start the mission, you're going back in time before the mansions was built, which I can't think of any missions that you do that. There might be some. Let us know down in the comments if that is the case and you can think of. But I'm just thinking like, for example, an old contact mission from 2013. If I start a Titan of a job And I mean, now the contact mission, the Diamond Casino has been built and it is there. So how would that work, delivering construction site to a mansion that is already built? The other thing is, when I'm in a Titan of a job and the Diamond Casino is there, although in 2013 it would have been the other casino, if I go over to where the construction materials are, they actually ain't there. So make of that what you will, guys, and like I say, let us know down in the comments if you think that these missions are going to be going, or they're going to be staying after the new DLC drops. Another little thing to point out is there is actually some construction outside of Devon Weston's house, but it's not in free mode, it's only during one of the new missions. And I personally would rather see the new mansions than buy this old. I don't even like the look of it. I might have done years ago, but I'm not even sure I like it anymore. And also, guys, I honestly do believe there's going to be more than one. Like I say, we've got the construction area being completely way bigger than the other one. One of them is just way bigger. So there's definitely going to be more than one in one area than there is in the other. And the other thing is we know from information from Rockstar that has been passed on to accounts on X. They usually give information. That's how we get the information on a Wednesday, you know. And Central Gaming Hub has said that just going over the tiers, so there's these tiers that you can qualify for, and the first one is the black tier, and you just got to log in before the 7th of December, and you're going to get a free vehicle and a high fashion wardrobe. So you're going to get a bunch of clothing. You should already have that clothing, or you should have it within 72 hours. You just got to play GTA Online. Like I say, the gold tier, you're going to get 2 million off of all Pricks luxury real estate listings, and 1 million cash bonus, and Rockstar Games Varsity Crew neck sweater. Complete all new listing missions by December the 7th. Now, the key word here is $2 million off all Pricks luxury real estate listings. Yeah, not a couple, not both, all. So that gives me more confidence that there's going to be more than 2 mansions. Like I say, we've got 2 locations where there's a construction site, and this is saying all. And like I said, to get that discount, you need to complete all 3 of the missions. We're going to show you the best way to complete these 3 missions, complete and utterly solo, and also get the additional money for doing these. By the way, these are 2x money in RP for your normal players on Grand Theft Auto Online, and for your GTA Plus members, it is 4x this week. Now, the first mission is going to be at Devon's old mansion in Shumash. You can fast travel to Shumash using either the agency SUV service or the casino penthouse option by using the limousine. You can do this from the phone upstairs, or you can use the front desk. I prefer using the casino over the agency because it's just quicker to get to once you have that as your last spawning location. You just quickly get the limo there. Once you're there, you can then drive up the road to Devon Weston house, and that's where the yellow marker is, and you can start the mission. Now that's going to kick you all the way back down the road that you just drove up, and then you then have to then drive up the road again, which is really annoying. But guys, on your way there is actually a house, and that has some gas canisters and a crowbar. If you do not have a melee weapon that doesn't one-hit kill people, you might want to grab that crowbar. If you don't have any gas canisters, grab those. Now, once you're at the mansion, I'll just let you know the additional bonus here is to not kill anybody. So just knock them all out by just hitting them once. Once you hit them once, they're going to either run away or be knocked out. Now, what the gas canisters are for you to go to the roof and then press right on the D-pad on these vents, and you're going to knock out all of the people in the room. There is an option to hit the alarm so they all come out, but you don't want to use that option because that means you're just going to have to fight a lot more of them. And why do that when you can just do that and they're going to be knocked out? Also, when you are actually like one-hitting these guys so they run away or be knocked out, you can just throw gas canisters at them as well if you're from a distance and they won't be moving. It's recommended that you do that rather than running up to them, because the meleeing in this game is quite annoying. And then you just got to leave the area once you've done all of that, and that is the mission complete, and you should get the extra money and the money and the RP good to go. Now, the second mission is going to be in La Mesa, the starting location for it. So you can spawn at one of the locations that are close to that. My nightclub is right close to it. There's also a biker's clubhouse that's right next to it, which I don't own. But once you go there and start the mission, you don't have to go to the Mile High Club construction site. There's going to be a lot of NPCs underneath it and around it. You can do this completely stealth, take them all out. Or you can go with Loud, but going in Loud is going to spawn in multiple NPCs. They're just going to keep coming in cars infinitely. And they will do throughout the entirety of the mission, by the way. But try and do it stealth if you can. Also, there's going to be some additional loot in the pits underneath the Mile High Club construction site. 2 on either side. And if you grab all those, you're going to get that extra 40k. This week, if you're GTA Plus, if you're not, it's going to be 20k, and I guess it's going to be 10k on a normal day. And yeah, once you've done all of that, guys, grabbed all the loot, took all the guys underneath the Mile High Club and around it, then you can then steal one of the truck cabs to then steal the trailer. Now, depending on how much money you're going to get is going to depend on how much damage this thing takes, and some of the equipment actually starts falling off and stuff if you do take damage. Now, obviously, with our players, it's going to be a lot easier because somebody could have a vigilante and take out anything that's attacking you. But when it comes to solo, it's just going to be complete and utterly luck based on how much damage you've taken by the time you get there. But I think this is the best route. There's a little barricade blocking the way, so that's pretty much the route it's wanting you to go. Yeah, just go through this way and you should be way good to at least complete the mission. But in terms of the amount of damage doing this solo, it's just going to be hit or miss, because one time I got them hardly taking any damage at all, and another time I took a lot of damage, kind of. So it's totally hit or miss. Now, the third and final mission is the quickest and easiest one. It's in Elysian Island. Exceptionalist Way is a garage, 10-car garage not too far from it that you can spawn in and get into something like a Avenger thruster and fly on over there. That way you'll still have your vehicle spawned out when you start the mission, which for me was the Vigilante. And start the mission, guys. You're just going to go to a construction site around the corner. Once you get to the construction site, you've got to destroy a bunch of equipment, but you don't want to destroy it with any like explosives or anything like that, because that's going to make the mission longer. To get the additional bonus here, just push everything into the water. You can use the dozer, the little yellow JCB looking thing. You can push the stuff into the water that way, or you can just use a heavy vehicle that you own, like the Vigilante or a Night Shock or a Insurgent. Okay, and just as you see how we're doing it here, it's kind of like what you want to do, because sometimes you can make it kind of awkward to push these in. One of these trucks I leave completely alone because it's just awkward, and I just push 2 trucks and all of the containers into the water. Okay, one of them is on a crane. You can press the switch to drop it into the water. Once you've done that, some foreman will show up and you've got to scare them. How you can easily just scare them is just tap them with your car. Okay, so just like tap them with your car, all 3 of them. It's either that or you just punch them, but do not pull out any guns or anything, guys, because that's going to make them run away and start up a second part of the mission, where they're in cars and stuff and you've got to run after them, and still you have to scare them. You've got to like barge into them or just shoot the back of their car or something. But yeah, guys, once you've scared them all and you've done it right, all you got to do then is leave the area and lose the 1-star wanted level, and you will get the additional bonus. And that is pretty much it, guys. That is all of the missions. I hope you enjoyed this little video on these new missions and construction site equipment. So feel free to drop a comment down below, guys. Let us know how many mansions you think there is going to be added into Grand Theft Auto Online with the December update. And if you're looking forward to it and whatnot, yeah, and that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you found it helpful, and yeah, Godspeed, peace out.